Alrighty, well, hopefully the lighting is tolerable and hopefully the focus is decent too. I don't imagine my face is in frame, but that's perfectly fine if it isn't. Went through some great lengths to come across an old military brown t-shirt of mine because that's what I've always used to clean one of these. So I figured I'd be a little reminiscent of my times in the military and found an old t-shirt that I've used before. We're going to take this baby apart, the Bushmaster Carbon 15. We're going to clean it, see what it looks like after about 75 rounds maybe 100, right around 70 rounds. Do a quick clean and see what it looks like. Some people may already be familiar with the cleaning and takedown of an AR-15/M16 style rifle. Some people may not. So if you are one of those people who've never done this before, or you're kind of interested in watching, feel free to stick around. It ought to be buckets of laughs. Alrighty, let's get to it.
First things first, trusty pocket knife. Alright, let's check, make sure the weapon's unsafe. I know it's empty and there's nothing in it. The weapon is clear. First thing I'm going to do is pop these detent pins over here. There's one located right around the safety area, and then there's one at the front up here. You usually got to push it through. This is a little stiff because the polymer, it's pretty tight. But I'm hoping that when I open this up and look that I don't see a bunch of damage or anything that looks scary, because I was hesitant in purchasing this because it's a polymer, upper and lower. But a good buddy of mine said, and I quote him as best I can, two best guns you can buy, two best guns you can have are the ones you can get your hands on and the ones you can afford. So that's pretty much what happened here. First thing I want to look is see if these holes in here are elongated at all from shock of this, because I have seen one picture on the internet of both these lugs busted off, but the gun could have been dropped. There was no backstory of how it happened. It was just a picture. So I want to check to make sure these holes aren't elongated, like it's getting super pressure in there, but I don't see that. I don't see any extra wear and tear, and I don't see the holes being all elongated or anything there. So everything looks pretty clean there. I like that. Next, pull the charging handle, bolt, and the bolt carrier group. The bolt carrier, I can't remember what it's called. Alright, these are the main components. While we're here, let's take a quick peek in here and look. I don't see any scratches or excess scratches or no damage anywhere. I don't see any cracks. I'm just double checking to make sure. But I don't see any indications of failure to the structure here whatsoever. And I don't even really see any scratches or gouges on the carbonate, on the polycarbonate on the inside either. So everything looks like it's running smoothly. No. I'll have to start speeding this up at some point in time. I apologize. Take a look quick here. Everything looks good. Made well, looks nice and solid, not cracked. Bottom. Let's check. Safety still works. Yep, safety still works. Alright, I'll get to that in a minute. Now, taking the bolt apart. First thing you do, you pull out the pin. Set the pin aside. Actually, let's put the clean parts over there so we leave everything dirty on the towel. And you can usually drop that firing pin. Then there's a little pin right here. I can't remember the name of this little guy, but you gotta turn it sideways. And it pulls out. And the bolt comes out. The gas tube, or I can't remember exactly what bolt carrier group. I don't know. Whatever it is. And that's basically taking it apart. You can take it a little bit. If you really want to go balls deep, you can take this apart and take the gas tube all apart and clean that out. But you can also get that with a pipe cleaner and basically do the same thing without having to tear it apart. So that's pretty much it. Torn apart as you want to do it. Some people will go balls deep depending on how much you fired it. And you can pop out the pin right here and take the extractor. This is the extractor pin and the extractor out. And there's a little spring inside. We can take a look, I suppose, just for the sake of argument. There should be a spring holding this together. So this isn't a spring. This has actually got a little rubber O-ring. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's probably not in focus. But instead of a spring, well, it might have a spring and an O-ring. Yeah, it does have a spring and an O-ring and a little pin. So slightly different than the military version, which doesn't surprise me, but it's got a sweet little rubber gasket there. Got a little bit of shit on it. schmutz on there. Then this allows access to the inside of here, and you can actually clean it out a little better. This occasionally will get sticky, and depending on how many rounds you pull through it, but for the most part, it's in good shape. I'll give it a quick wipe down now that I got it tore apart. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you start cleaning it up, making sure not to lose any of the little pieces, like that spring and that little O-ring there need to be kind of cared after lightly, gently. So I'm going to put my finger on it so it doesn't go anywhere. Take this just a little nylon brush, take my little bristle brush, get some of the carbon and schmutz off of her. Give it a quick wipe and see how dirty it is still. No. Oof, gotta be careful with that little guy. You don't want to lose it, you don't want to break it, you don't want to make the gun, do anything to the gun that could cause it to malfunction. So be very careful. Like I said, this is a step that I skip and I do every 2 or 3 times probably. Which, if you really wanted to be crazy, you could do it every single time, but it doesn't, it'll be alright. Again, just hit it with a nylon brush, getting in there, cleaning some of the schmutz out. Once I get it cleaned out pretty decent, which is about right now. Sweating. Quick break. Alright, we're back. I'm gonna throw this back together now. Gently and carefully, just like it was. Oh, the pin might only go in one way. Find out in a second here. There you go. Push this back. Oh, center it a little bit here. Like that. Right, rubbing. I got a little tolerance in there, but I'm gonna try to make it as perfect as possible. Alright, now at this point, get this quick wipe down. See how much. Okay, so I temporarily ran out of space there, and I don't know where it cut off at, but I was just cleaning this guy up real quick. One thing you want to make sure, I don't know if it's probably not gonna focus, but if you can see, there's 3 rings inside of this gas block right here, and they're like a C ring, and that's what allows you to take them in and out of there and replace them. But when you take the gun apart and you clean it and you put it back together, you want to make sure that these 3 grooves, yeah, I hope you can see this, and I probably can't, aren't lined up. You don't want all 3 of these gas block rings in one spot so that there is a giant hole for gas to escape through here. Your bolt may not operate properly. So take the time to make sure you separate your rings and put the openings not next to each other. Takes a little bit of dicking around, but it will save you a head scratcher later. So I'll wait to do that until after I got it good and scrubbed. And here I'm just kind of giving it a nice firm rubbing, getting all the carbon off it. There isn't that much because 100 rounds really isn't that bad. And that actually, the American Eagle ammo I'm shooting is not very dirty. It's not as dirty as the military ammunition, which doesn't surprise me because they're like a cheapest bidder kind of guy or lowest bidder kind of guy. So they it doesn't surprise me that their ammo is way more dirty than the American Eagle stuff. Even though it's only 70 rounds, shit. Okay, now let's give it a quick look. Externally, I think it's in really good shape. Now we're gonna run some, and make sure there isn't any excess carbon built up on here, which there doesn't appear to be. Doesn't appear to be any damage to it or scratches or anything that's stuck in there in the wrong place. Everything looks like it's doing all right. Time to clean out. Oh, I do have a couple left. I need to get more pipe cleaners. You can get in here and clean out where the firing pin works through. It's a little dirty in there, but not terrible. And then if you really want to get balls deep, can run through here quick. Just gonna make sure I got this decently clean. Looks good there. That looks pretty good there too. Quick wipe down, make sure I got anything on my hands off. Alright. Set that to the side. I'm gonna call that clean. Now, get the next easy thing out of the way. Give this pin a quick wipe down. And I don't know what to call it, so I'm gonna call it a slide lock or something. I'll move this little guy. Do a quick run through here.